Hello, everybody, and welcome to this broadcast. I'm your host, Jacob, and today we're going to discuss the relationship between Spain and the EU organization. Firstly, I'm going to talk a little bit about my observations I got when I visited Madrid here in start September, and later on, I'm going to bring on some experts on this topic, Fernando and Nacho. So, one of the things that I found really remarkable when I visited Madrid was how big an influence that the EU really have had on Spain and still has, really. I visited the King's Castle one of the first days I was in Madrid, or Palacio Real, as it was called. And one of the things that I noticed in the start was this statue. And it says at the top that this was the place that the leader of Spain and the King of Spain assigned the treaty, and the relationship began with the EU. Later on my trip to Madrid, I visited the Danish embassy, and one of the employees I got to talk with, he talked about the relationship between EU and how EU really had helped Spain develop this infrastructure, and how it had helped the roads getting better and the public transport and etc. And it really had this visual effect to it, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why the, the the relationship between Spain and the EU organization is pretty good at the moment. One of the highly debated topics in the relationship of Spain and EU is the immigration problem. The immigration problem was also one of the reasons why the United Kingdom left the European Union, and it really has been a problem in Spain, and a visual problem, because Spain and North Africa is really close to each other. So a lot of immigrants have sailed across the ocean and immigrated in Spain. And the picture here shows some Africans who's trying to sell some fake products on the street, and they know it's illegal, so they have these bags attached to their products so they can escape really quickly from the police. I'm going to bring on one of our experts on this topic and the relationship between Spain and EU. Here is Fernando.
Thank you, Jacob. My name is Fernando, and I really much like Spain as a member of the European Union. I think it has given us a lot of opportunities to grow as a country and as a people, and improve us in a lot of ways. For an example, now after joining the European Union, we have the best, or one of the best infrastructures in the whole world. So highways and roads are better than ever, and I think we can credit the European Union a lot here. They have supported us financially and also mentally. They helped us believe in a lot of things we did not think we could achieve, when we had the crisis and a lot of people were broke and not in labor. But after joining the union, we have gotten a lot of opportunities to grow in that way. For an example, there's no tax. We have free trading amongst the members of the European Union now, and we can import and export a lot of goods, and this also helps us grow business-wise. Also, we have the one currency, which makes business traveling or moving to other European Union members a lot easier. So now we have a lot of opportunities. Also, we have gotten a lot of people into work and on the labor market, and we have a lot of people doing building things in the big cities. For example, in Madrid, we have non-stop workers building on buildings, and all over Madrid, which is nice. It's nice seeing people in work, and nice seeing people doing something for their own country. And I really much enjoy it. I don't think we should ever leave, and I think we have to be grateful for being a part of the European Union.
Yes, hello. First of all, I'd like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to give my perspective on the EU's on Spain's side through this show. And I think personally that Spain should be careful to trust EU too much, because it's all well and good that the EU can build roads and good infrastructure for Spain, and it's a very visible form of support that they've provided. But I also think that we should be careful because the EU does take a lot of power away from the country, and I think the EU has shown in recent times, especially in terms of the immigration, that they simply haven't been capable of producing the results that they should, and especially if we see the situation in Italy and Greece, that the immigration has just exploded, and here in Spain, since we're so close to the borders of Africa especially, we've seen that there's been a jump in the number of immigrants in Spain. In 1998, there were only 1.6% of the population were immigrants, while now, later on in 2009, it's been shown that it's over 12%, which is obviously a huge increase in the number of immigrants. And I think we should just be careful not to trust the European Union too much, and instead take the situation into our own hands.
Thank you for your honest opinions, Fernando and Nacho. That was it for today. I'm your host Jacob, and have a good evening.